Hello, welcome to my brand new channel. My name is Ren. I am a queer, trans, non-binary artist. I primarily work with watercolor painting. However, I have been really interested in collage lately, and so I made this channel wanting to get better at it. I've always felt really insecure about collage, and I'm not entirely sure why. That's something for me to work out with my therapist. Um, but I figured the best way to do that without a bunch of pressure is just take it one card at a time. And so that's what I'm doing here. I plan on going through the entire tarot deck. And this deck is the Divine Tarot by Yoshitani. And just taking it one card at a time, creating a collage based off of that card. The card that I drew today is the Four of Cups. I drew this card reversed, and with reversed, it typically means that you may be suffering from apathy and ignoring opportunities that the universe offers you. And it's the desire to have a new start, which I think is pretty accurate for the way my life's been going lately, but we won't get into that. However, upright, it still means apathy and contemplation, feeling disconnected, melancholy, boredom. And so I feel like the reversed meaning is a little bit more poignant in that it kind of is leading in a direction. You may be experiencing apathy and things like that, but you're still moving forward. So right now I'm trying to pick out a background for my card, and I figured I'd start with this book, Visions of Paradise by National Geographic, and I started in the water section because the cups are a water element. That's the element of the suit of cups, but I didn't find anything I liked, and so I decided to turn back through the rest of the book and see what I could find. Really, I'm looking for some sort of environment where I can place, the individual sitting under the tree and then the hand presenting that fourth cup to the individual. The traditional imagery for the Rider-Waite's deck, which is the typical deck that a lot of people start with, is a man sitting under a tree with three cups at his feet and is being presented with a fourth cup by hand in the sky. All right, so we have our two options. Let's take a look at what we can find as far as our main characters and other images. So I'm looking through some National Geographic magazines and just removing images that I find interesting. I don't know that I'll use a moon for this one, but I figured I'd remove it for now anyways. And thinking about the hand coming out of the cloud and the sky, I really like this Jupiter image with the swirls and the gases of Jupiter's surface, and so I'm going to go ahead and take those out. And then we have this dude in a hat sitting on his lawn chair, and something about his expression, he's kind of looking away where the hand would be coming from in that other direction. He's a pretty good size. I thought I wanted to make the collage a little smaller, but I think we're going to end up with a larger collage this time. I also like the image of that old man with his dog sitting on the wall looking away. Again, one of the important things about the image of the man is that he is looking away from the cup that's being offered to him, so looking kind of discontent. And then we have this businessman with his arm kind of outstretched a little bit, and I think that would be perfect for the hand that's going to be coming out of our cloud that'll be holding that fourth cup out to him that he is ignoring. Really love collage. I've never felt very good at it, and I'm not quite sure why that is exactly. I just feel pretty insecure about my ability to collage and how I put things together, and I figure, the more I do it, the better and easier it'll get. I found this little image of a cat in one of the pages I tore out, and I just thought he was so cute, so we're gonna cut him out really quick. I don't know what I'll do with him, but he's gonna go somewhere. Alright, let's get that arm cut out. So I'm just going to cut around. I'm using an X-Acto knife, and again, a self-healing cutting mat is really important with collage because if not, you're going to not only ruin your surface, you are also going to ruin your blade, and you'll go through X-Acto blade after X-Acto blade after X-Acto blade, and that's a little too expensive for me. Alright, let's cut our lawn chair guy out now. I think he's just perfect. I love the way he's sitting. He's got like a newspaper on his lap, but he's looking away. And so it's, he's already not paying attention, and then he's being presented with this opportunity that he's willfully ignoring. And so I think his demeanor and body language is perfect for this image. And he's just kind of silly looking. I like that. Alright, let's see if we can get him into our forest here how we want. So the only thing with him is his legs are cut off, and so I'm not sure exactly how I want to play with that. Like maybe I can put him behind this patch of grass as if he's like behind a bush. But it is grass, so he kind of just looks like he's coming out of the ground, which I don't know that I particularly like. I could collage a bush in front of him, but I don't know. Something about it's not working for me, I don't think. So let's try our other background with our hedges, which already placing it down, I like it a lot more. And so definitely want to go with this image, cut it down a little bit. And let's cut a little slit in there to just slide him in. Alright, so now that we have him kind of where we want him, I'm going to go ahead and cut down the size of the collage, which I just ripped a little bit of that off, and so I'm probably going to regret that. It's a little small now. Alright, so now I'm just cutting out my cloud shapes from the gases of Jupiter. I'm kind of just going along the contour of some of the swirls that are already existing in there, and then making some tiny cuts to see how the arm can fit into the cloud to kind of integrate it into that more. And so I'm just going to keep cutting out some swirls, some clouds to see what will work and what will make a good cloud shape for our arm coming out of the sky, offering our lawn chair guy this wonderful opportunity that he's just not willing to take. So I kind of like this configuration, but it's a little bit too vertical for me. It looks more like a flame than a cloud, and so I think I'm going to have to rearrange that a little bit to make it more horizontal to appear more cloud-like rather than a arm coming out of a flame, which, I mean, still cool, but not quite the look that we're going for here. Okay, I think that's how I like the arm with the cloud. Now let's move on to figure out how we're going to do our cups. I found this image of a teapot. It has these beautiful red jewels on it, which I think will complement the green of the landscape nicely and also balance out some of those really warm tone oranges that we have from our Jupiter clouds with our arm. And also the overall lighting of not only the background but also the lawn chair guy is fairly warm, and so I think this red is a good choice. And so I'm just going to cut out some chalice-like shapes from this image of a teapot. And let's go ahead and place it down. I think that looks really great. The colors are a great contrast. You know, it's not too dark, not too light, and the warmth of the red gem, I think, is a winner here. And so let's go ahead and cut out our other chalices as well. All right, so now we have pretty much all of our main elements. So now the challenge is just to arrange them. But again, I think that image was too small. But I do remember there was a second half to that page, and so I'm going to go ahead and cut that out and see how that will work, which I think it'll work a lot better, giving the lawn chair guy and the 3 cups that are in front of him a little bit of distance. And then also having enough room for our cloud arm 4th cup. Yes, I think this is going to work quite nicely. I really like the way the orange clouds pop against that dark green background. The arm also pops out, and it looks like our lighting is pretty much the same throughout all of our different images, which is surprisingly difficult to do in collage. And so the fact that we kept our light source consistent is just going to help make our space that much more believable. Alright, since we know we're going to go with this image, I'm going to go ahead and cut off the extra white strips with my paper cutter, keep my edges nice and straight, which I have a hard time doing, so this paper cutter is a lifesaver for me. Okay, let's get our lawn chair guy in there. He's kind of sitting behind our hedge, and then let's place our 3 cups kind of in the foreground, showing that he already has these 3 cups and he's still just he's not happy. Alright, so let's see how we can position all of these elements. Alrighty, so I haven't glued any of the things down yet, but I do think that the image is a little too big. I want it to be more rectangular shaped, kind of to mirror that element of a tarot card, because and then let's get our paper to back it on. So go ahead and since we kind of know where everything's going to go, let's go ahead and glue it down. We know we're going to definitely use this background, and we know we're definitely going to use a lawn chair guy. At this point, really the only things that we haven't quite decided is where exactly those cups are going to go, and also that cloud with our arm extending that 4th cup to him that he is willfully, again, ignoring. Alright, let's get some of these other elements glued down. Nice and secure. I really like the cloud against that dark green background. The dark green complements the orange and reds in the clouds, and then also just the, the difference in values, so the difference between light and dark of the cloud versus the trees behind it, I think is really great. Let's get our 3 cups here glued down, and I'm just trying to arrange them kind of largest to smallest to give us that illusion of space. Well, I mean, right here I'm kind of fiddling with the little ellipse that I added to the cups to kind of create that illusion of depth and give it, a lip of a cup, so it looks like there may be some sort of liquid in it, or it could just be a shadow, but I think that really helps with the illusion that they are cups rather than just silhouettes cut out. And I do like them. However, as I mentioned before, our light source is really consistent throughout our image, which I think really adds to it, but with the cups sitting here, they don't have any kind of shadow at this point. And so I'm just gonna add my own. I think that these long cast shadows really, really ground the cups in the space and really makes the light source more believable, and makes them believable as three-dimensional objects rather than just silhouettes cut out from a jade teapot. Okay, so we are almost done here. I'm just going to add a little bit of a shadow under our cloud hand cup situation we have going on here that our lawn chair guy is ignoring. And I think we're pretty much finished almost. I'm just adding some slivers of a highlight along the left side of the cups again to help give them that illusion of form so they look less like cutout silhouettes and more like crystal chalices. All right, so I think we're pretty much done here. I really like how it turned out. Oh, can't forget about our little cat friend. I'm going to put him in the opportunity chalice that I don't understand why a lawn chairman is ignoring him. I would be taking that opportunity right away. I think for one of my first collages that wasn't directly related to my own personal work, I really like how this one turned out. I like all of the lighting and the images, and I hope you all enjoyed it too. If you did enjoy it, please give me a like and subscribe and follow along as I work card by card to work through the deck.